Welcome back, everyone. Toyshiz here, and I'm back yet again to serve up yet another video game themed episode. Thanks to my friends over at Jakks Pacific. Been really looking forward to this particular toy. Got to check it out at this recent Sweet 2022 in New York. And of course, I'm talking about the Eggmobile battle set, straight from the video games. Jakks Pacific does such a great job at implementing video game toys. Toys that come to life and make you go, this is exactly what you want to battle with on your shelf, right? And anything and everything to really throw at this big blue menace right here, right? This guy, you know what I'm talking about. Nice artwork on the packaging. You got a little bit of classic design Sonic, which I dig. Photos of the toy, and then, of course, everything and anything that it does. And, of course, here is the barcode. Now, these haven't started to hit store shelves just yet. You can scan this when they do, so just keep an eye out, coming soon. So this is going to be fun. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of coffee. This is an early look at the Eggmobile battle set, part of the classic Sonic 2.5-inch line by Jakks Pacific. And of course, I'm just going to tell you, it is a closed box, but some of us more modern action figure collectors are having to get used to this now. Everything is a closed package, not a lot of plastic trays going on, so make sure you get everything out of the box. Go easy, make sure everything is unwrapped, because once you do, man, oh man, there's a lot of parts and pieces in this, and that is awesome because you can do a ton of different looks and even make a customized look if you'd like. So here's everything out of the box, right? As you take all the paper and twisty ties, there's a lot of twisty ties you gotta cut. It's not as bad as recent like action figures. McFarlane, NECA, I'm looking at you. But they do come with an instruction booklet. That's always key, especially for modern toy people, Transformers especially. Anyways, you get to see all the different modes. It's all illustrated out. That's great. Really helps me, and it's going to help in doing this video. Plus, it's got some destructible action. But right here is the base. And that's nice that they included it because you get Dr. Robotnik's little Eggmobile hovering, right? It's got a little stand, so these two fit together, and then you fit whatever deadly combination of Dr. Robotnik weaponry you want, and the stand has some articulation. It'll twist. Not so much going down, but you could use this little lever to kind of move it around, give it some life, and like I said, it just simply fits on the back of this Eggmobile right here. By the way, it's Dr. Robotnik, not Eggman. I'm not calling him Eggman. It's Dr. Robotnik. Classic fans of Sonic, you know what I'm talking about. Those who were there from the beginning, sitting there playing Sega Genesis on the old TVs. But right here is the lever, the windshield, and the button right all in one go that you push, and that will activate all the destruction that happens when Sonic goes to town doing his little whirly whizzy thing with his quills and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. You get Dr. Robotnik, push this button down, activate it, you'll find out soon enough. I'm not going to spoil anything. It comes with a giant mallet hammer, right, for smashing hedgehogs. And then you got this front piece, which is really cool looking. Now, keep in mind, for these pieces, there's not a whole heck of a lot of paint, which is okay. The paint that's necessary is there. So overall, I'm happy with it, and I love this ball and chain right here. This thing, I remember that in the video game. Swinging back and forth, making me lose all the different rings. You know what I'm talking about. And then you got a big propeller piece, which it doesn't really... Once you have this... I'll show you later in the video. Once you have it connected, it totally twirls good. You got the back canopy, right? It's got all these different hook-in spots you'll see on the Eggmobile. And then you got these two jet thrusters, which is really cool. Has pegs for fire effects. It's got a little effect action going on. You got the drills, the big old drills. If you didn't want to do the thrusters, you can get some drill action. And the drills actually spin. That's a nice little touch. Various other parts and pieces that you can use to accentuate the Eggmobile. And like I said, it comes with 3 fire effects that you can put in various areas. We'll be going all over this, all in great detail, so not to worry. But that has nice paint. And then you got a little 2.5-inch Sonic the Hedgehog figure that comes with the set. So this is first and foremost, that's the classic Eggmobile right here. We're going to do it video game style. We're going to just show you everything, how it kind of goes, and build you up into the video game style, right? So you got the thruster on the back. You don't want to connect to the base. You got the basic Eggmobile. It's fantastic. Looks great. Grab your Eggman. Make sure you push this down, or you can push it down with him in it, right? You can use his butt as the thing that pushes it down. Got to be careful with words there. Anyways, you can pop this out because you won't be able to put the stand on with the fire effects attached. You really got to push the stand in there. That one might be hard for some kiddos, so help them out, teach them, but it just simply disconnects, connects. You got the idea, but it hovers. Awesome. That's really cool. You didn't have any other parts and pieces. It's very simple. It's pretty sturdy, right? Especially in the articulation in the big old standy arm. So that's kind of cool. And you've got the little lever and it'll rock to and fro. And yeah, it does everything that you would want for a hovering Eggmobile. So definitely dig that. Goes back and forth. Simple, right? Well, moving on. Now we're going to get a little bit more complicated. Not by much. We're getting there. Egg Wrecker is the name of this mode. And it's kind of one of my favorites, although I'll add some thrust. We'll get into the customization. But you simply take the ball and chain, you got the Eggmobile, attach it just like that. And I love the colors on the ball. That's a 90s Sonic the Hedgehog, but I remember this thing swinging back and forth, right? Trying to dodge it, jump in between the chains, knock the Eggmobile, push that down, get Dr. Robotnik, put him in the Eggmobile just like that, right? And it works. Make sure you attach it. See, this is where it kind of works good, right? When you want to do the whole, this thing is going to get destroyed by Sonic the Hedgehog. And I like that. It gives you enough clearance to where the ball isn't resting on the ground. It's not resting on the stand. So you can kind of swing it around if you wanted to put Sonic on the base and give him a good knock. You know what I'm saying? So right here. So Sonic is doing his thing. He's running through the land, going through Green Hill Zone, dodging all the crab people, crab meats. The names. You're going to want to push the windshield and boom. Well, everything gets kind of destroyed. Push it again, everything kind of falls out. So either you do it the first time, right? Explodes Dr. Robotnik out. Do it the second time. It kind of takes bits and pieces off. Push it all the way down. Should knock all the pieces out. Next up is we got the egg hammer right here, right? It's pretty straightforward. You just kind of keep adding attachments and you kind of guess the name. But this one is cool because now you're kind of getting into the nitty gritty, right? We've done the whole like, all right, we're testing it out, testing the waters, some parts and pieces, now going into several parts and pieces, and we'll speed this up. But everything attaches nicely. Just push the windshield if you mess up or if you want to get them out real quick. But yeah, the egg hammer looks pretty good. I got to give it to him on that. Now, with this one, same thing. Sonic the Hedgehog is dodging the hammer, right? Dr. Robotnik can't get a line on this guy. And you just simply push the windshield. And I'm just going to put my hand here. I'm going to be honest with you. In kind of doing the video, if you have this, it gets kind of awkward. We kind of do it and make it perfect for the video. But when he's on the stand, especially right here, we'll just say he's going to hit the top canopy, so he's not really going to bust out. Everything else will fall out, but just something to keep in mind. The canopy, whenever you're using it, keeps Robotnik in the seat. It'll make him jump up a little bit, but you catch my drift on that. Now, we're going to get into the egg digger, and this one is pretty cool in and of itself because you got a little bit more going on, right? You had some thrusters, you had some fire effects going on. Now you get to put the fire on the bottom side, and that's actually pretty cool. That's where those extra little pieces come into play, and the digger looks pretty dang good. I actually really like that. You can cap it off, put a little fire effect there, so you got fire every which way. It really brings this thing to life, right? I definitely dig that, and everything is movable. You can move the drills, like I said. It's hovering along, digging into the ground, trying to get Sonic the Hedgehog, put Dr. Robotnik right there in the seat. Now, keep in mind when he goes to bust out, it's got the canopy on this mode, so he's not really going to go too crazy. But this one is fun. I mean, it's so video game-ish. It's so over the top. And again, that's what Jakks Pacific really does bring to the table with their Super Mario figures, with Sonic the Hedgehog, all the variations on all the different video games. They know their stuff. I got to give it to them all day, and it makes it fun. Push the windshield, and it's going to blow apart, right? Sonic just did a number on this machine. It's pretty fun. Some things fall off well, some things don't. Just keep that in mind. It just all depends on the angle. But to kind of wrap it up with all the modes, the last one on the list of 5, right? We have the Egg Helicopter. And this one is just kind of like simple fun. Like you have the basic Eggmobile, but the helicopter, I mean, you kind of get where this is going. And like I said, get old Robotnik in there. Make sure you push him down enough so that the blades don't chop off the top of his head, right? He will situate in there. But the blades spin. Nice. Just kind of zip them around, zoom around, put some fire on the back, put some fire on the bottom. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want with this set, and that's the most beautiful part. There's so many parts and pieces to do all that with, and when you have it attached to the stand, put it next to your Sega Genesis, your TV. It's a nice little accent if you're a big video game fanatic. That's where I have all my Sonic the Hedgehog figures, Super Mario at this point. Everything kind of situates by my N64 and Sega, and I mean, you get the idea by now. And this one, just keep in mind when you push the button, the helicopter blades are not going to go firing off. Those are kind of like a permatage. That's not going to explode. But you do it right, and everything explodes, and Dr. Robotnik will hit the blades and turn into a bag of blood, basically. That would make for an interesting boss battle. Like, oh my god. Like I said, the fun of this set is not only just completing all the modes, but creating your own mode. And you can attach the drill, you can attach the jet, you can leave the fire on, you can leave the fire off. The sky is the limit, and I think that's where the play feature comes in for a lot of kiddos, right? Adult collectors, if you are interested in this, we're going to go more for the old school stuff. That's where I'm really at. But Jakks has implemented a very fun, different way to play with Sonic the Hedgehog, so they really do nail it on all fronts. You've got total and complete canon video game stylage, right? That's awesome. Really nice attention to detail. The blast effects, for the most part, work. Like I said, it really depends like the angle and how you're holding it and everything else. You got the stand. You can zip it around. You can put all different kinds of parts and pieces on it. And you know what? If you want, you can make the Toy Shiz Robotnik Wrecker. Yeah, patented name right there. I guarantee you're going to obliterate Sonic the Hedgehog if you go this route. And again, that's part of the fun of the entire Jakks Pacific, well, Sonic the Hedgehog or classic Sonic the Hedgehog line. That's where I really like Sonic. Not that I don't get the more anthropomorphic characters of the weird video games and such. And these all go together great for the 2.5-inch Sonic line. Recently just finding Metal Sonic and Ray, and yeah, they all look great together. I gotta say, even building up Dr. Robotnik's arsenal, and I'll reiterate, the Robotnik robot that busts apart from last year is still one of the best toys in recent memory. The more 4-inch Sonic the Hedgehog, you can kind of sort of fudge in certain things, you know what I mean? Obviously, Dr. Robotnik for the 2.5-inch scale isn't perfectly scaled, but it's a toy at the end of the day. You make it what you want it to be, but it all kind of goes together into a fun Sonic the Hedgehog collection. So, that's going to wrap it up for my look at the brand new Eggmobile Battle Playsets, right? Basically, it's a humongous parts and pieces mishmash customization video game boss, which is awesome. And you've heard my thoughts, and now I'm curious to know yours. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything Sonic the Hedgehog. And thank you again to Jakks Pacific for sending these out to give you guys this early, fresh look. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, stay tuned. I'll have a look at some other Sonic the Hedgehog 2.5-inch video game levels as well, and we'll see how this all interacts. And when we do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.